Hey y'all, it's Robbie Warren, Otter Woman Standing. I've been sitting here in my healing space for a little while now, offering up prayers, singing, holding space, drumming, doing ceremony, all of the things that I know to do to create energetic and vibrational shifts in the world. And primarily my intention and my focus has been the fires that are burning all around the world, not just in the Amazon. We seem to have focused a lot of energy and intention around the Amazon, but fires are burning all over the planet right now. Many of them larger than have ever burned before in all of these places, in the Amazon, in Siberia, in Africa. The whole planet is on fire. And fire is an element that I work with, through the fire dance and through fire ceremonies. And, if you've ever been around me, there's always a candle, there's always a flame. So I have a deep respect for fire, and I have a deep respect for, the destructive powers of fire, but also the regeneration powers of fire. So I have been offering my prayers that, the fires will stop, that the waters will come, that the rains will come all around the planet, and that they will stop the fires, and that the areas where the fires have already burned, where the earth is already scorched, that this will create new opportunity for new plants, new life to come. We mourn the loss, of what's happened. We mourn the loss of plant life and animal life and human homes and animal homes and all of it. We mourn that loss deeply, deeply. And I believe that it's important that we also take that grief and focus that energy into creation, into something that can be created. And my experience of fire, especially fire that burns on the land, that while it is destructive and it takes everything down to the scorched earth, that once that happens, there is an opportunity for new growth, for regeneration, for new growth, for a new way for the plant life and the animals and the humans to thrive. And it takes a long time. The plant life will regenerate very quickly. It will start to grow, it will come up and start to grow, but it will be a long time, many years, even generations before everything that's lost is replaced completely. But I know that this is the power that the earth has. This is the power of creation. So I am, holding that possibility and that knowing also in my prayers, as I sing and pray today. So, I think my message is quite simple. Be clear about your intentions with your prayers. Be clear about what your feelings are, your emotions are around these fires. Be clear about what you are putting forward with your own vibrational energy. Be clear about what you want to create with your own energy, your own thoughts, your intention, your prayers, your vibration. It is powerful. So, I encourage you to say prayers from a place of hope. Say prayers from a place of hope and a place of thinking forward, rather than offering prayers and setting intentions from a place of hurt and anger and fear even. When we hold those energies within ourselves, and especially collectively, as so many people are focusing on these fires, but when we hold that energy of anger, of fear, of grief, if we hold it too tight and we hold it too long and too hard, then we can't turn that anger, that righteous anger, that understandable grief and the really big fear that we're feeling for the planet, for the people, for all of creation. If we hold on to it too tightly and we don't allow it to process through us and turn into something positive, we will perpetuate more damage. We can be a part of creating more damage. So, I just invite you to take a big deep breath, to close your eyes, to offer a prayer, to offer your intentions along with me as I say one last prayer before I close my ceremony. So with a big deep breath, I call on the grandmothers and grandfathers of the East to bring in a new beginning, to bring in illumination, the light and clarity, bring in wisdom for all of us that are on this planet, especially to those that are in places of leadership. I ask for clarity and wisdom, for deep thought, for enlightenment and illumination for all of us. And to the grandmothers and grandfathers of the South, I ask you to bring to each and every one of us a sense of trust and love. Remind us of that childlike innocence that lives within each and every one of us, and that childlike innocence that exists throughout this planet, throughout all of creation, that hopeful place. I ask that you bless us all with creativity, with creation, with those thoughts and those prayers and those intentions. And most of all, I ask you to bless us with growth, not only our own personal individual growth, but our growth in our own cultures and societies and families and wherever we live, that we come together in a way that supports all of creation. I give great gratitude to the grandmothers and grandfathers of the South that look on us and watch over us and help us to discern our emotions, to channel them in a good and positive way. And I give great gratitude. And to the grandmothers and grandfathers of the West, the keepers of the physical world, I ask that you watch over all of those who live and make their lives in these places where the fires are burning all over the world. I ask that you physically protect them, protect their homes. Help them move quickly and swiftly out of the way of the fire. And most of all, I ask that you help to put these fires out, to put an end to them, the physical that's happening. I ask that you bless each and every one of us with our dreams and our experiences and take us into a place of introspection so that we can see the truth within ourselves and stop pointing fingers outside of ourselves. Help us to connect into our own truth and that truth of how we each can be in the world. And grandmothers and grandfathers of the North, I ask you to bless each and every one of us with spiritual cleansing, with the cleansing that comes through an open heart and a clear mind, the cleansing that comes through the rains and the waters of this planet. I ask that you bring us all into a place of renewal and purification. And Mother Earth, I ask that you remember that we are your children, that we are your children, and that deep down, we all know we come from you. And I ask that you bless us even in our foolishness. I ask that you bless us, Mother, even in our not knowing, even in our arrogance. I ask that you bless us, help bring us back into a place where we know the truth of who we are, remind us of who we are, and create a great spirit. I give gratitude and I ask that you bless each and every one of us, each part of creation, from the waters to the stones, to the planted ones, the rooted beings, to the two-leggeds and the four-leggeds and the winged ones and the ones that crawl, to the stone beings, to the ancestors, to the generations to come. I ask that you bring in blessings to us all and remind each and every one of us that through every breath that we take, we are connected to all of creation. We are part of that web of life. I give great gratitude. Om Takwiyasa. Thank you for joining me. Thank you for adding your prayers, your vibration, your truth into mine. And so now I send this out, this prayer out around this planet, out into the universe with this vibration of hope. And I give great gratitude for each and every one of you who has taken the time to sit with me. Thank you, thank you, thank you.